Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about potential future lockdowns and the effects they have on the trucking industry. Now, before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday, we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner-operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided on all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about these potential future lockdowns and the effects they'd have on the trucking industry should they transpire. Now, guys, those of you who followed our channel for some time might remember a video we published back in April of last year. I'll leave a little card here in the corner if you haven't seen it. But in that video, we practically begged you guys to please take the loads that were being offered to you by our truck dispatchers, because this was the very most and the very best that the freight markets were offering at the time, and we just begged you guys to please stay in business because the best was yet to come. Now, many of you guys fortunately listened to that advice, took it to heart, worked very hard, and you guys are really the ones who are benefiting from the very hot markets that you're seeing today and that we've seen for well over a year. And you know, that made me really think, okay, so we've had the lockdowns of 2020, and there is actually talk on the town right now about possible lockdowns coming in the very near future in the fall season of this year, and that would stretch into the winter months of 2021. So made me really think, okay, so what would actually happen if we did have lockdowns this year, and how would that affect the trucking industry, the freight markets, especially with everything that we already know from past experiences, and with the situation being different this time around? Well, I'm a firm believer that history tends to repeat itself, so I do expect some things to be the same, but some things to be different, and we'll talk about that. So first of all, two things that will be the same, I believe, is that we're going to have a market contraction, quickly followed by a market expansion. So just like in March, April, and May of last year, we saw a market contraction. A lot of companies went out of business, canceled their insurance policies. A lot of folks did not come back to the industry. They basically stayed home and got onto unemployment and whatnot, right? That created an opportunity for a lot of the other carriers that were out there, a lot of the owner-operators, a lot of the trucking companies that were employing company drivers, and that created the capacity crunch that we had, but is now a lot worse than it used to be. Furthermore, we had an expansion of the market, which started in about the second week of June and carried on all the way to now, where we're seeing astronomically high, elevated freight rates, and everyone that's still in business is definitely benefiting from this. But the one thing that I think would be different this time around is that back in those days, we didn't really have any of the shortages that we had right now. They were developing and everything was brand new. Every time we keep hearing news stories, people were, just running around buying everything off of store shelves. There were shortages and there was all this panic buying and all sorts of stuff going on. Now, this time around, I do believe, like I said, history repeats itself. So we're going to have much more of the same stuff happening all over again. But the difference is that we are already going to be established with certain shortages that we've talked about in these videos in past releases. We've talked about the truck driver shortages. We've talked about the truck and trailer shortages. We've talked about the container and container ship shortages. We've talked about the congestion in the ports, Port of Los Angeles, Long Beach, and many of the other ports out there. I'll leave cards throughout the video for all those past videos. Definitely watch those. They're all in our playlist for the top paying loads in trucking. Definitely take a look at that. But the bottom line is that we're going to see an exacerbation to the current condition because we already have certain things set in place, and they're only going to get worse if another lockdown should be put into effect. So definitely would love to hear your thoughts on this in a comment section below. Please leave your comments, what your thoughts are. Is this going to happen? If it does, what are the best things to do? In my opinion, since you're making really good money right now, hopefully expanding your businesses, growing them, getting more trucks and trailers and drivers, hopefully you're also setting aside some money for a rainy day fund, because back in those days, people were not making a ton of money. And so when the markets crashed, people simply could not operate, at these rates because they did not really have anything set aside for a rainy day. But right now you have that opportunity to do that, and hopefully you have been taking advantage of that. Now, something else I wanted to talk about is the fact that there is an influx of brand new carriers entering the industry as new entrants. Now, we've had a video, and I'll leave a card for that as well, But these guys entering the markets, a lot of them are calling us for truck dispatch services. We're glad to have you guys. Welcome to the industry. But please do keep in mind that the videos that you're seeing with the high-paying freight rates, those are by guys who are really making top dollar. These guys are, established in the industry. They have aged MCs. They go all over the country, and when they go out, they stay out. They stay out for several weeks and months at a time, allowing dispatchers to triangulate them and get them the very best rates that are out there. And if you want a piece of advice, I will do the same thing. Go out there, listen to your dispatchers, hit the market, stay out and OTR and just bust it out and let your MC age. Those who are new to the industry don't know this, but in the past, most brokers, literally more than 99% of them, would not work with you unless you had an MC of over 90 days. So you literally had to find a way to survive your first 3 months of business. Now, right now, with so much pressure being put on their brokers, they're really under the gun. So what they've done is they made amendments, changes, and exceptions to their contracts, allowing newer carriers, such as guys with 30 days plus on their MC authority, to sign up and actually haul some freight. Now, please keep in mind that you're not going to hit those kind of rates that you're seeing in our videos. You're still going to do extremely well. You're still going to make a ton of money, but you have to give it time. You have to let your MCs age. You have to get some experience, and you have to really trust your dispatchers to run you around in all the proper ways and stay out in the OTR markets to make the top dollars. So guys, understand that, if you work really hard and you age your MC, you might just make it into these videos as the top earning guys for the week. And hopefully we'll see you guys there. But until then, keep your head down, learn everything you can, talk with your dispatchers, trust them, and make all the top dollars you can while you're still able to do it. So I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section below. Now I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to look over the loads that we booked for our customers. And if you haven't liked the video yet, please smash that like button for us, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these lows. The freight markets are as hot as ever. We keep getting surprised with high-paying freight rates. I'm going to start off with a dry van coming out of Mira Loma, California, with a one-pick two-dropper going to Tremonton, Utah, and Rock Springs, Wyoming. It's a light load at 15,000 pounds of FAK, 943 miles booked at $6,000. That's $636 per mile. Then Bear River City, Utah, with a one-pick two-dropper to Clarkston, Washington, and Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. An even lighter load at 11,000 pounds of toilet paper and paper towels. 663 miles booked at $2,900, got them $437 per mile. Then Lewiston, Idaho to North Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a 35,000 pound load of paper. 890 miles booked at $1,400, got them $1.57 per mile. These guys ran Thursday to Friday, grossed $10,300 running just 3 loads, and they ran 2,496 loaded miles at $413 per loaded mile. Very, very good, very good job. Next, we have a reefer coming out of Mount Crawford, Virginia to Baldwin, Florida. 42,000 pound load of dairy products, 680 miles booked at $3,200, got them $471 a mile. Then Latston, South Carolina to Pulaski, Tennessee, 39,000 pound load of palletized food products, 537 miles booked at $2,600, got them $484 per mile. Then Hickory, Kentucky to Mobile, Alabama. It's a 34,000 pound load of frozen chicken, 474 miles booked at $3,000, got them $633 a mile. And they finished off with Irvington, Alabama, going to Deering, Georgia. It's a 40,000 pound load of consumer goods or appliances. 465 miles booked at $1,300, got them $280 a mile. And these guys are great because they ran Friday to Thursday, didn't even finish a full week, still grossed $10,100 on their 2,156 loaded miles, running at $468 per loaded mile. Very, very well done. Next, we got ourselves a dry van team coming out of Tolleson, Arizona, going to Carrollton, Texas. This is a 15,000 pound load of mail, 1,080 miles booked at $3,800, got them $352 a mile on lots of miles. Then a 2-picker and 2-dropper out of Austin, Texas and Cameron, Texas, going to Las Vegas, Nevada and Burlingame, California. It's a very light load at 8,000 pounds of furniture. This load was originally booked at $4,000, but we got a truck order not used, or a TONU, for $150. So 1,907 miles booked at $4,150, got them $218 a mile. Then they took a 2-pick 1-dropper coming out of American Canyon, California and Oakland, California, dropping in Hermiston, Oregon. It's a 17,000 pound load of FAK. Walmart delivery, 735 miles booked at $3,700, got them $503 a mile. Then Walla Walla, Washington to Corinne, Utah. It's a 43,000 pound load of groceries. 534 miles, booked at $1,800, got them $337 a mile. They finished off strong with Ogden, Utah, with a 3-dropper in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's a 25,000 pound load of dry food, but here's the kicker. All 3 drops were at the same exact facility, so we can easily call it a 1-and-1. Booked at 662 miles at $3,000, got them $453 a mile on a very easy run. Now, this is a team running Sunday to Monday. It was 8 days in total, but only 7 days of driving. $16,450 in gross, running 4,918 loaded miles at 334 per loaded mile. Excellent rate. Dry van team, 16,450, very good money. Next, we got ourselves a reefer coming out of Amarillo, Texas, going to Front Royal, Virginia. It's a 39,000 pound cheese load, nice and easy. 1,531 miles, booked at $5,700, got them $372 per mile on lots and lots of miles. Then Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Greenfield, Indiana, 41,000 pound load of chocolate, 341 miles, booked at $1,100, got them $323 a mile. Then Indianapolis, Indiana to Cincinnati, Ohio. It's a 40,000 pound load of Subway bread. Short run, 112 miles, booked at $1,000, got them an easy $893 per mile. And it finished off at a Grove City, Ohio, going to Denver, Colorado. Lots of miles, 40,000 pound load of dipping sauces, 1,263 miles, booked at $4,000, got them $317 per mile. These guys killed it, made $11,800 in gross, running 3,247 loaded miles at an average of $363 per loaded mile. Couldn't ask for anything better. Next, we have a reefer coming out with a 2-pick, 2-dropper out of Arlington, Texas, and Dallas, Texas, going to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Port Allen, Louisiana. It's a 40,000 pound load of frozen foods, 437 miles, booked at $2,150, got them $491 a mile. Then Houston, Texas, going to Sherman, Texas. It's a 23,000 pound load of paper rolls. 300 miles, a short run, $1,000 booked, that's $333 a mile. Then Dallas, Texas, going to San Diego, California. It's a 35,000 pound load of chilled groceries. 1,358 miles, booked at $2,200, got them $162 on that one. And it finished off out of LA, going to Sunnyvale, Texas, 32,000 pound load of frozen food. That's 1,451 miles, booked at $5,700, got them $393 per mile. As you can see, they took a cheaper run to get them to where they need to go, then took a very good load that ended up covering all of the losses, if you will, on the cheaper run. That's these guys ran Monday to Monday, grossed $11,050 in gross, running 3,547 miles at an average of $312 per loaded mile. And finally, we're going to go to a dry van coming out of Colony, Wyoming, going to Coleman, Alabama. 41,870 pound load of retail products, 1,475 miles, booked at $3,000, got them $203 a mile. Then Hartselle, Alabama to St. Louis, Missouri, insulated wire at 30,000 pounds, 437 miles, booked at $1,400, got them $320 a mile. Then St. Louis, Missouri, Zero Deadhead, going to Shannon, Mississippi. It's a 44,000 pound beer load, 381 miles, booked at $1,600, got them $420 a mile. And it finished off in Amory, Mississippi, going to Thornton, Colorado. It's a light load, 22,000 pounds of furniture, 1,237 miles, booked at $4,000, got them $323 a mile. These guys killed it. Only ran 4 loads, running Friday to Friday. Ended up grossing $10,000 on the dot. Ended up running 3,530 miles, booked at an average of $283 per loaded mile. Did a very good job on all fronts. Very well done by all the drivers and dispatchers. And guys, like I said, you could do the same thing. Even if you're a new carrier, you got your MC less than, if it's 30 days or more, you got your equipment, you got willingness to work, you can make this kind of money. We also work with leased on owner operators. And if you're working with a company that's not showing you rate confirmations, they're not being transparent, they're not allowing you to work with a dedicated dispatcher who's actually looking out for your best benefit, definitely start looking around. And you can start that by calling or texting us at 801-448-6363. You can visit our website at aftdispatch.com/go. On any one of our web pages, you're going to see a little chat box. Click that box, fill in the information. It takes about 15 seconds. We'll get back to you, answer any and all questions you may have. And again, 801-448-6363. Call or text, or go to our website at aftdispatch.com. Until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.